Hi everybody, welcome to Walnut Lodge Yoga, Volant location. This is Foundations and this is week 9. So it's a beautiful day out and I cut my grass, well half of it anyways, so I'm feeling like I need some shoulder work, so we'll be doing some of that. But we've been focusing on core. And so we're going to just continue with that. We just have one more week left before we have a little bit of a break and then summer session. And we're hoping that, summer can be at the lodge. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. So today you're going to need a strap or some kind of tie, a block. And if you have like a pillow, sometimes people like to lay on pillows instead of their block. And then we're going to use something to push up into the air. I'm just going to use this. We're going to hold this up over our heads because we're going to work on the regular side plank, the full plank, not from the elbow but from the hand. And if you don't have that, it's not that big of a deal. You could use a hand weight, anything just to get the sensation of pushing the top arm up. A lot of times we forget that the lift is also a push, or the lift has to be a push. All right, so the first thing though is we're going to tie our knees together and we're going to keep our legs tied together just about the entire class. If you've never done this, it's really helpful. But if you were here last week, we did this. We're going to try to keep it going. So today, though, I want you to touch your knees together and then make it a little snug because we'll be pushing out on it. And when we push out on the strap, you can even just try it now. If you put it right above your knees and then take both thighs and try to push and break the strap, and you can feel a line going through your leg, through the outside of the leg up to the low back. And it kind of wraps to the sacrum. So that's the line that we're trying to get a hold of with this. It's going to help us lift. It helps the sacrum stabilize. And it also allows, when we're laying in the cobra and doing things prone, it allows us to better access the sit bone drop towards the floor, or the drop towards the back of the legs, however you want to think of that, or the lift of the top edge of the pelvis towards the ceiling, which is a posterior tilt when we're laying on our stomach. All right, so we have our legs strapped together and we're just going to roll over into the Sphinx posture. Drop your head. Relax your spine. Relax your low back. And if that doesn't feel good, take your tailbone and reach your tailbone towards the floor, or reach your sit bones into the backs of the legs, so that what you're doing is taking some of the curve out of your lumbars. If you're okay to just hang here, just hang here. Drop your head, couple big inhales into that upper back. Kind of taking stock. How does this feel today? Feel the shoulders, the blades, the inside, the medial edge of the blades pulling in towards the shoulder blades. Pulling in towards the spine. And then inhale, push up and away. Exhale, head and spine drop to the floor. And again, push up and away. And exhale. This action is actually a forward back action if you're standing up. This is retraction, and this is protraction. Just one more of those. Inhale, we're going up. And then on the exhale, pull your shoulders up to your ears. And then on the way back up, pull the shoulder blades down to your waist. Exhale, shoulders go to the ears. Inhale, pull the blades down towards the waist. Exhale, towards the ears. Inhale, towards the waist. Exhale, towards the ears. Inhale, towards the waist. Keep going, own timing. Feel the circle of the shoulder blades. You'll feel that top line of the shoulder from the back of the ear to the tip of your shoulder, working and stretching. And that's what we're doing. Working and stretching the shoulder girdle, getting it ready to do specific work. And we're just inhaling as we push up. And we're exhaling as we go down, shoulders to the ears. We're going to do one more in this direction. Inhale, push up. Exhale, shoulders towards your ears. Now keep your shoulders there. And inhale, push up. Feel your mid-back. Exhale, shoulder blades down as you go. Inhale, push, mid-back up. Exhale, feel that undulation through the spine. Inhale. And exhale, down you go, shoulder blades towards the waist. Inhale, push up. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, couple more. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Inhale, up. Exhale, one more. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Take your hands back by your thighs. Turn your face to your favorite side. Profile. Get a read on how much your neck is stretching or not. Breathe really high in your shoulder blades. Feel your upper back. And one more big inhale. And come back to center. Arms back in that Sphinx posture. Knees will stay down. Inhale, push your spine up through your blades. Pick your tailbone up and then pull your pubic bone towards your spine. Feel the middle of your upper back pushing. So we're in this half plank. And remember, with all of these planks that we're doing, you can always put your knees down. But what we're going to do here in this half plank, we're going to first make sure that we feel the tailbone reaching through the legs and pulling towards your chest. Feel your sit bones drive. Feel that pubic bone lift. Nice long back through the low back. And now we're going to do shrugs just to work that shoulder girdle a little bit more. So this is inhale. Exhale, chest down. Don't let go of your stomach. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Keep the stomach. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale one more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Push to the inhale and then release your spine. Take yourself to the other side profile. I've been adding one more of those every week. So we were up to 9, just in case you wondered if it was just harder for no good reason. All right, so just feel your neck stretch. Take that breath really high. Let your neck go. The tightness of your neck is completely related to the tightness of your shoulders and your chest. Couple more big inhales. One more big inhale. And then come on back to center. All right. So we're going to turn over onto our backs. Grab your block. You might need your pillow. And we're going to put the block so that this top edge hits the bottom of our shoulder blades. So the lower edge is kind of at your waist. And you should be able to get your head on the ground. If you don't like that head reaching back, put your pillow under it. Here. So first, just a couple big inhales here. Feel your ribs go up. Now, as you push your ribs up, you can feel the muscles you're laying on. Those are your extensors. So push it up, and then when you exhale, try to relax those muscles. You can feel them pop as you inhale. Just a couple more. Feels good. If you could pick one thing to do every day, it would be this. And then squats. But just a nice passive position. This is the the anti-aging position. Keeping the spine mobile, keeping the chest open. All right, reach your hands straight up to the ceiling. Now, the action that we've been working is protraction, retraction. So if you push your hands up, the shoulder blades move to the sides of your ribs. If you pull, shoulder blades try to squeeze towards one another. So the shrugs that we do, or those circles that we do in that Sphinx plank, it's this action. You know, so it's easier to see here. This is how we push our arms forward. This is how we pull them back. But for shoulder tension, we usually don't think about this. So just keep a couple more. Inhale, and then squeeze. Try to squeeze the inside edges of your blades right onto that block. Just squeeze them together. You can just feel, I can just feel the bottom tips of them. Just one more. Now we're going to push them up and then reach them back. Reach them back. So at first my fingers don't like to go to the ground. And now we're going to go elevation depression of the shoulder blade. Inhale, pull the shoulders up to your ears, and then exhale, pull them down. Now this is why we're laying on the block. You can really feel the shoulder blades going into the block. Inhale, push up, exhale, pull down. Inhale and exhale. One more with this breath pattern. Inhale. You can feel your ribs open. Exhale. Now what we're going to do is inhale here, shoulder blades back. And then exhale, push long. And as you push long, take your pelvis and try to touch your sacrum to the ground. So we're going to go inhale. Pull the blades back, chest goes up. Exhale. Tuck your sit bones under. Try to pull your waist and your sacrum to the ground. Inhale. Pull. Exhale. Tailbone. Inhale. Chest. Exhale. Waist. Inhale. Chest. Exhale. Waist. One more. Inhale. Blades go down. Exhale. Shoulders go up to the ears. One more. Inhale. Pull it down. Exhale. Push and release. Just again, big breath through your chest. And then roll onto your, all right. Coming back to the Sphinx for just a second. I want you to push out on that strap like you're trying to break it. Hold that push. Now take your tailbone and reach your tailbone and your sit bones back into the legs and to the floor. You should feel your low back change, right? So push out. It should be a little bit easier to do this. Sit bones, reach back. Pull your pubic bone towards your waist. Feel that long line. That's kind of what we were trying to do on the exhale. So why we use that block is to feel the chest a little bit more. Feel the chest into extension, which is an arch, right? So we did the warm up with the blades. Those feel good. Now here's what we're going to do. Leave our arms here. So we're going to inhale, pull your shoulder blades back, reach your chest forward, and then exhale, pull your sit bones back. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, sit bones back. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, sit bones back. Come all the way down. Hands on the ground. Now pull your blades back. Chest is coming up. Not a whole lot. Press your feet. Pull your stomach. Quads are lifted. Sit bones are down. Inhale. Pull your shoulder blades back. Let the chest lift. Exhale. Pull your sit bones, shoulders to your ears. Inhale. Pull forward. Exhale. Reach long. Feel your back get long. Inhale. You're trying to pull yourself through your arms. Exhale. Trying to pull your tailbone. Inhale. Chest goes forward, blades back. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Chest, stay there. Exhale, pull your sit bones. Now slide your hands back, cobra. So you have this nice lift now. Chest forward, blades back on the inhale. Exhale, you're still taking those sit bones and pressing them into the backs of your thighs. Now really press out on the strap, and you should be able to feel more power here, more ability to lift up. Couple more. Chest forward, shoulder blades back. Inhale. Exhale. Press out, take your tailbone down. If your feet are coming off the floor, you don't have enough sit bone pushing into the backs of your legs. Just a couple more. Keep your stomach lifted. Making our backs, making that connection through the core strong. One more inhale, exhale, and then just release. Turn your head and just take a couple of breaths here. And then come back up, and we're gonna roll onto our right side. All right. So we have extended the chest forward and pulled it into this flexion through the upper back. Now we're going to go a little bit more. We're going to do a little bit more work in that upper back to go into these side planks. So what I want you to do is relax your shoulder, sink it down, take a couple of big breaths through those lower ribs, and then pull your shoulder blade down. And then take your collarbones today and push, just like we did. Pull the shoulder blade down to send the chest forward. So you want to feel like both shoulder blades are really hugging into your back ribs. Just a couple there. And then coming up on your hand. Straighten your legs for this. Relax that shoulder blade. So the first thing is just this rib area. So as you breathe, push the air right through there. Feeling that rib and the connection into the shoulder blades stretch. Now we're going to change the stretch to lower, right above your hip crest. So pull your shoulder blade down, hold it there, and then feel the area above the waist. Just a couple of breaths. Push up higher if you can. This is one stretch that you will definitely feel if you do a lot of yard work, especially raking, anything that has a twisting motion to it. And then today we're not going to release, we're just going to come up to sitting. Are you having fun with that? Tied legs yet? I know it's a little awkward, but coming to the other side, down on your elbow. We'll be using it in a minute. So first, line yourself up and then relax your shoulder blade. So if you've been with me the last couple of weeks, much every class for the last 4 or 5 weeks. Now pull your shoulder blades down, feel the chest lift, pull both shoulder blades, feel your chest almost going forward. Keep pressing that shoulder blade down. So hopefully your shoulder blades and the whole shoulder girdle is feeling a little bit more powerful. Couple more breaths here. Because most of what we do, the arm balances in yoga, it requires more shoulder strength than anything. And we're trying to really keep our shoulders connected to our back so that we can keep our spine healthy and able to extend. All right, come on up onto your hand. Second part, make sure you are stacked. Straighten your legs. Release your shoulder blade. Breathe into that armpit. Couple breaths. And then pray down. Feel the stretch shift to above your waist. Couple breaths here. Keep pulling it down. Feel that line between your ear to the tip of your shoulder. This top line. Get nice and long. Maybe push up again. And then release that. Coming back onto your stomach. All right, so we're going to go into the full plank and we're going to turn right and left, side planks. So we're going to start center today. And last week we worked the rollies a bit. We're going to work the rollies here, right in this Sphinx plank. So that's why we have this strap on our legs. It's going to really help us feel all of the things that we need to feel. All right. So nice wide hands, shoulders right on top of the elbows. Drop your chest down and then push it up. Knees are down. Pick your pelvis up. Now take your tailbone, pull it towards your rib cage. Push through your arms. Make sure you have your stomach. Lift. Pubic bone up. Tuck your toes under. And then press. And then I want you to open your feet enough so that you can really push out on that strap. As you push out on the strap, see if you can feel your tailbone pulling under. It's easier to feel. If you don't want to be in the full plank, put your knee. All right, now we're going to roll to the right side. You're going to push the left side of your leg up to the ceiling. And then add your arm. Now, our legs are together. Don't necessarily need to open them. It's just the initial action of pushing those legs to get that glute medius. Keep pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. Now we're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to pull our stomach into our spine. And we're going to slow roll. Pull, slow roll, open the feet, press. Sit bones down. Other side. You're going to push that right hip up. Push the waist up. Feel the line. Breathe. Push up through the elbow. Couple more breaths. Now, inhale, exhale, pull your waist up. press open on the straps. Feel your legs, tuck your tailbone, pelvis down, chest lift, press back, child pose. Or sit. Child pose or sit. Couple breaths here. So it's getting hotter. We're going to take a nice rest at the end. You got to remember, the temperature changes when we get seasonal changes. You have to take it a little easier. Your body takes a while to adjust. All you need to do to adjust is you need to work in the new temperature. But you have to kind of ease into it. And that's one of the problems that we're having with all of this climate weirdness. First it's 80, then it snows. Back and forth and back and forth. It's really hard to get adjusted. All right, coming on to hands and knees. All right, so we're going to go into the full side plank, but first we're going to just kind of review things and do a couple down dogs. Spread your hands wide. And then let's just get a little bit of a wrist stretch here. So just walk, I'm just going to walk my hands back until I can feel my wrist stretch. So, you know, they're kind of under there. I'm going to push into my knuckles so that your palm is nice and flat, and then roll the weight to the base of the thumb and the index finger. Not exclusively, but you want to make sure that the weight gets translated down through the thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger. That's where the line of the weight needs to be. So in order to do that, you need to roll your arms in a bit. Just a couple more breaths here, pushing your shoulders a little to feel that wrist stretch. And then sit back. Just rotate them. And then push the backs of your arms together. Side camera, sorry. To get your wrists to stretch the other way. Just a couple of breaths. Front? Yeah. Oh, there we go, front camera. All right. So I'd like to do this or monkey hands, which is the one on the ground. But we weren't there too long today, so usually we can get this. All right, let them roll both ways. All right, now, again, remember, we don't want the weight to be here on this little bone at the bottom side of the wrist. So you want to make sure that the weight stays between these three fingers. The little finger and the ring finger are kind of like outriggers, and the arms are going to roll in. All right, so nice wide hands. Roll the inner arm or the lower arm in so that you feel the weight, and then pull your shoulder blades back. It's almost like the twist goes both way on the arms, in and out. So in lower arm and then out on the upper arm. All right, tuck your toes. We're going to just press back into a nice easy down dog. And then shift all of your weight to your right leg and just push your heel into the ground, stretch your calf, feel your fingers. Make sure you're pushing base of the thumb, base of the index finger, all the way through the fingers though. Your fingers need to contact the floor and they need to be active. And then shift to your other leg. Push through your heel. Feel that sit bone go up. And then press both. Now, come down a sec. And then just to sitting. All right. Excuse me. Allergies. All right. So, straps and props allow us to feel things. So when we go up this next time into this down dog, I want you to press out on the strap so you feel like you're gonna break it. And then feel that tailbone dropping under. And then try to feel your inner thighs. So you're pushing out on the strap, it gets tight. Drop your tailbone down and then try to feel your inner thighs squeeze towards one another just a little bit. We're trying to activate the outside of the leg and the inside of the leg. What'll happen when you get them both active is you'll feel your thighs rolling in a bit and you'll feel the weight balancing out on your foot like your hand. It's going to be a kind of balance more on your middle toe. Not your big toe and your middle toe, kind of between there, or could even between the middle toe and the third toe, but definitely not to the little toe. You don't want the legs to roll out. You want to make sure that you feel this rolling in, just like your arm. So we're gonna press the downward dog, straighten the knees, push out on the strap, roll the thighs in, feel the inner thigh, lift your belly, and then we're gonna lower to plank, and we're gonna push back to down dog 4 or 5 times. You know, using the pubic bone and the tailbone rather as the action forward and back, and we're going to keep that line of the leg working. All right, so hands down, roll them in, roll the lower arms in, pull your shoulder blades back, push against the ground, feel a space in your shoulders just like we did in the planks, in the Sphinx planks, pushing up away from the hands. Tuck the toes under, press back, down dog. All right, now open your feet. Open your feet. Now push out on the strap. Push out really hard and then pull your inner thighs. And see if you can feel that weight shifting to the inside of that big toe. Now pull your stomach up. Take your tailbone, pull your tailbone towards your face. Lower to the plank. Keep pushing out on the strap. And then lift the tailbone, push back. This is where you really feel it. It becomes almost effortless to go back. Push out, pull your pubic bone, pull your tailbone. Lower to the plank. Now take the tailbone, push back, press out on the strap. Sit bones left. Couple more, pull them all the way to your chest. Lower yourself. Feel that strap. Lift the tailbone. It almost goes back automatically. Push through the heels. 2 more. Take your tailbone. Pull. That leads the movement. Nice long back. Lift the tailbone. Strap. Floating back. 1 more. Tailbone. Pull. 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 And lift. Push. 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 Here's the last one. Pull, pull, stay. Breathe 1 and 2. Keep pushing out. And 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Knees come down. Unstrap yourself. And sit back. Couple big inhales here. Couple big inhales. And then open your knees and just come down into the extended child or a regular child. And then come up. So the idea of moving from your tailbone can help the flexion and extension of the spine, and then also the turn, the twisting of the spine. So I didn't talk too much about the twisting today when we went from side to side in the planks. But once you have that hip, the tailbone will go along with it. And then if you want to think just about the tailbone, it can help the hip. There's so many ways to image what it is that we're doing. And I like to go back and forth between them because people kind of log in or latch onto a specific image that they really like. All right, so today we're going to just do the mechanics for the regular side plank. So what I want you to do is go onto your right knee, take your left leg back, and then what we're going to do is just roll that right arm up. All right? And then what I'd like you to do is grab something, roll that arm up, and the balance point. Where is that? Where is it that your hand and the weight of your arm can kind of neutralize out? So it's kind of easier to feel with a weight. I have my pillow, I'm just holding my pillow. But you don't even have to figure it out. All you have to do is push the weight up, and you'll feel it go right over the shoulder, because that's what we'd love. That's what we want. Go straight up. Now, in order for the top arm to go straight up, you have to push into that bottom arm. So right now, all we're doing is we're just getting an experience of pushing. Now, it's a little different than the other plank that we did. It's easier to bounce on your hand, I think, than it is on your elbow, except that, you have that bend at the wrist. So for people that have wrist issues, I like to start with the Sphinx plank, because then they can always go to that. All right, so just take that down and then send that arm straight up, push it up, and just kind of let it float there. And then take that bottom hand, push into the mat, and let it go up a little bit higher. And then come down. Roll that lower wrist. I think it's important for people to do this arm work. This is the thing that we miss as we get older. Miss meaning kind of comes out of our routine. To the other side, I'm going to turn this way. So send that right leg back, and then push that right arm up. So my back foot is turned out, and that just gives me a little bit more foot to balance on. So grab that weight, whatever you have or not, and then push that, up And then try to feel where that position is, what the position is that kind of zeroes out the weight. Because as it goes forward and back, it affects the balance. But if it can go right over your armpit, and if that armpit is right over your lower hand, there's no forces pulling on it. It'll just be pulled straight down through that line, that mechanical line, by gravity. Push up. Push up. Couple more. Push up. And come down with the block or the pillow. Push that arm straight up. Feel your chest now. Shoulder blades down. Feel your chest extend out. Pull your stomach up. Feel your tailbone reach towards your leg. And come down. All right. Roll that wrist. Now, we're going to go into the side plank from that position. I actually think it's easier to do the roll. So I'm going to take that back. Let's go from center. So we're just going to go from a regular plank. Now, you can also go from your knees if you want. So you could just put your knees down and make that happen. So let's lift the sit bones, pull the legs together, feel the weight rolling to the middle of the hand. Now try to push out on the imaginary strap and then squeeze in with your inner thighs. So you're trying to get both inner and outer thighs working. Take your tailbone, pull it towards your face, plank out. Now roll your tailbone and left arm up, push. We won't hold it very long. If you're down on your knees, you're on the outside of that right knee. Now lift your stomach, roll your tailbone. Come back to center. Roll the tailbone the other way. Arm up. Feel the tailbone going to the feet. Chest is reaching forward. Let's do it one more time. Lift the waist, roll, center, and roll. Other direction, push. Chest forward, tailbone down, pushing the arm up. Inhale, lift the waist, roll, center, tailbone reaching, tailbone rolls, roll, right arm up, stomach lift, tailbone down. Exhale, roll, center, knees down, sit back, breathe. I might need a drink of water. All right. Pull your right knee forward and slide that left leg back. Come up onto your hands. Now, if you have trouble bending your knee this much, then you're just going to come over and sit on the outside of your hip and let your knee to where you need it. We're going to go here anyways in a sec. But if you're okay, we're just going to roll one way and the other. Just feel your hip. It's going to open towards the ground. You're going to roll to the other direction. Just really feeling the release in your right hip socket and your knee. Now, roll onto that right hip, down to the ground, onto your back. Cross your ankle over your knee, reach through, and grab your shin, and then just let this rock. So we're feeling a stretch on the outside of that right leg. And then put that foot down. Grab a hold of this right leg and stretch it up. If you can keep a foot, do it. If you can't, grab your knee. Flex your ankle, just push it out. You could use a strap if you want, but this seems to be okay. Pull the shoulder blades back. This is just a nice 90-degree angle on your hip. If you can go up higher, go up higher. Feel that right hip pulling down and in. And then bend your knee, put your left hand on the outside of it, and then just take this into a twist. Look towards your right hand, knee can be on the ground or not. Just easy breathe, just an easy twist. And then release that, roll back to center, release that leg, roll onto your stomach, and then push back. Other side, so you're going to pull your left knee in, scoot that right leg back, and then we're just going to roll back and forth. Relax the hip, relax the knee. Right hip and thigh kind of reach towards the ground. Just a little bit of release. We did a lot of work today. All right. left hip down, and then come down to the ground, onto your back. Move back on my mat. Left leg across, reach through, grab your leg. If you can't reach through, just pulling this leg up just makes that stretch more. And put that foot down. Pull your left leg in. Stretch it up to the ceiling. Grab behind the knee, behind the ankle. Just easy pull. Feel your hamstring stretch. Keep the knees straight. It's kind of nice to have your hands behind your knee. You can really feel that. Let that knee bend and then pull it across the body. Easy twist. Face to the left. And then release that twist. Stretch your legs long. Take your glasses off. Throw your arms out. Relax your shoulders and your head. And just nice, easy breaths in the corpse. Big inhale. Exhale. Roll to your right side. Press yourself up. Fix your hair. All right, that's it for today. Thank you all for your support, your time, your attention. Go enjoy this beautiful day. Namaste.